Hello everyone, my name is Nguyễn Tuấn and my student ID is 22384097879. Today I will present my first distinction task, which is about analyzing YouTube video data from news publishers. The data is from the four channels, which are Fox News, BBC News, CNN, and MSNBC. The data frame that I use in the task is include videos data frames, comment data frames, and videos comment in the data frames. Now let's move to the clean and repair data part. During this process, I didn't make any changes or additions because I believe it already provides all the necessary information needed for data analysis. The only modification I made was to display each of the three data frames that I talk about to gain a better understanding of the original data frames, which I will be using in the next phase of my analysis. Now let's move to the analysis videos and comments. The first start that I do is 1.2. Uh, this line is to group the video data frames by the channel title columns and then calculate the total views, likes, and comments by publishers using the sum method. Next, this line rate a figure with a 1 time 3 with subplots, which also means that three subplots in one row. Uh, This loop is to integrate over the columns of the data total data frames and create a bar plot for each one. I use a Seaborn bar plot function to plot the data, setting the x uh, axis to the index of the data total, with which corresponds to the channel title columns, and the y-axis to the current columns values. Each subplot is customized with a title and x and y axis labels are formatted with a bold text and an appropriate sizes, which is 13. The tile layout is to adjust the subplot to fit into the bigger area nicely. And then finally, I show my plot. These three graphs is the other results of my course above, and here are my observation. Firstly, regarding the total count of views, likes, and comments, the data indicates that CNN outperformed the other three publishers by a significant margin, demonstrating the highest numbers in all three categories. On the other hand, the observations indicate that MSNBC's performance relative to the other publisher is subpar. Specifically, MSNBC's total numbers are lower than other publishers, except for the total comments wraps, which, which are slightly higher than BBC News. The next step is E1.6. The first line of this graph is to add a new column to the video's data frames called ratio of line to views. The values in this column are calculated by dividing the line count and the view count columns in the in the video's data frames. I select the top 5 videos by sorting the video's data frames by the ratio of lines to view columns in descending orders, and select the top 5 entries using the head method. The result is stored in the top 5 data frames, and it loops loops is to iterate over the rows of top 5 data frames. For each row, it brings the URL, the line count, view count, and the ratio of lines to views. The print statement are formatted with f strings to include the values from the data frames in the output. It is the result of the code above, and here are my observations. Typically, the highest rank for engagement ratios for keyword COVID-19 falls within the rank of 2.2% to 3.1%. It is not noteworthy that the higher number of views do not necessarily guarantee a higher number of likes. For instance, a video with more than 500,000 views only have an engagement of 2.3%, whereas the videos with 9,000 views had a higher engagement ratio of 3.1%. The final that is 2. E2.1. The first part of this uh, course is to group the videos comment in the data frames by parents comment ID, and counts the number of the comment ID for each group, which represent the total replies to each comment. Uh, then reset the index to turn the group data into a data frame, which here is the total reply. And then in the total reply data frame, uh, I rename the columns into parent comment ID and reply count. Uh, I select the comments without a parent comment ID by using the is now method. And I merge the root comment data frames with the total reply data frames. This merge, this merge is done on the comment ID of the root comments and the parent comment ID columns of the total replies, and then adding the reply counts to the root comments. So basically, I merged through these two data frames and into this one data frames. I use n logits to get the top 10 root comments with the most replies based on the reply counts column in the root comments data frames. Finally, displays the comment text, channel title, and reply counts columns from the top 10 root comments. So, and this is the result of the course above. And here are my observation. The present list of comments is characterized by a maximum of 20 replies, with a notable prevalence of BBC News over Fox News and CNN, accounting for 4 over 7 comments. This pattern suggests that BBC News viewers are more actively engaged with the channel than those of CNN and Fox News, followed by NBC, which is the lowest one. The topic covered by the comments have a wide range and include investment advice, the impact of the government measures in response to the coronavirus pandemic, and cryptocurrency. This observation implies that the audience is not just interested in health-related news content, but also in other unrelated news content, such as financial. Now let's talk about the challenges that I face. I have one challenge while working on this start 2.1. I use this. First, I use the command data frames, which cause an error since there is no channel title columns in comments data frames. Later on, I found that a data frame, the data frame that much videos and comments data frame together, name videos comments inner. So I used this data frame to run my code, and it is the result. So that is all. Thank you for listening.